This morning and yesterday, the government was wringing its hands and saying that over half the migrants it had earmarked for Rwanda had absconded or were not registered with the authorities, and now they are pulling back on that and saying, of course we know where they are. What an utter travesty. This is a government that says one thing to one person and then contradicts itself when it's talking to another. The answer has no base in reality at all. It depends on the question and the mood of the selected source. But then, of course, this is the government that's controlled by Simon Case and a team of civil servants who either disappear when the going gets tough or have been storing up trouble somewhere else. This is not a team dedicated to solutions. It's a team hell-bent on creating controversy, feeding what Rory Stewart calls our addiction to chaos in the royal family, in the heart of Whitehall, in Westminster, in Parliament. This approach to problem solving by deflection or duplicity needs to become the stuff of history, and it needs to stop. It's not truthful, and it's not reliable, and it feeds the worst instinct in politicians. 34,113 people have been issued with a statement that their asylum claims are inadmissible. And many of these are Afghans. So what are we expecting? Are we expecting these Afghans will eventually go back to Afghanistan, or are all of them going to be accommodated in Rwanda? I think not. 5,700 migrants have been identified for removal, but only 2,145 continue to report to the Home Office and can therefore be located for detention. The remaining 3,557 are not subject to reporting restrictions, and as of last night, they could not be found. Now we're told, oh, they can be found. So what happened yesterday and what's happened today is contradicted by number 10. The Home Office goes so far as to rely on the lure of £49 weekly allowance and accommodation in hotels to prevent absconding, as if that is enough. Frankly, I would have thought the Republic of Ireland looks better and more likely for accommodating so many absconding migrants. And so far, these figures do not include anybody who has arrived in the UK since June last year. And the 6 detention centres, which the government has identified, have a capacity of 2,175 people in total. And of those, 700 spaces should be reserved for those bound for Rwanda. The numbers just simply don't add up. Where are we going to put all these people, even if we manage to find them and locate them and then send them off to Rwanda? Where are we going to keep them all? And while interim injunctions may be ignored because Rwanda is, quote, safe, cases raised by individual MPs by convention should be delayed until they're answered. So if an MP, let's say in the Labour Party, were to raise the case of a particular migrant, then that migrant would be delayed from going to Rwanda because the MP would be asking questions, not because there's a lawyer, a lefty lawyer or whatever, asking questions. It's the MP. By convention, questions which are being considered by MPs should not be sent off to Rwanda or elsewhere. They should be addressed before being dismissed. So the whole Rwanda thing, I think, is a mess at the moment. It doesn't matter what Rishi and the government authorities are saying. It seems to be an almighty muddle.